How can you be high value if 50 men have slept with you?
What if I've just been single for a long time?
No, unacceptable. Haram.
Why is it unacceptable?
Haram. A body count is probably the #1 most easiest way to judge the value of a female. I actually think that...
Like, there's so much shit I could say right now from what he just said. First off, he refers to women as female. That's the first thing. He refers to women as female all the time. Like, why is it, Andrew, that, like, wait, I actually know what, I want to go back.
How can you be high value if 50 men have slept with you?
If any, wait. This is like the shit with, what's his name? With Matt Gaetz, where he was like, no one wants to impregnate you bitches anyway, so, like, we're just gonna take your right to bodily autonomy away anyway because you're not using it. Like, that type of shit, right? Like, isn't she high value if she's had a high body count because a lot of men have wanted to sleep with her? But see, they don't view it that way. Because they haven't slept with her. And the whole point of Andrew Tate, I'm just cut through it. I'm just cut through all the bullshit. He's mad that people like him are mad that you haven't slept with him. That's the thing. People like him are mad that you have not slept with him, ladies. That's what it is. Men like this are mad that Jews haven't slept with them. It's that simple. Because, like, well, they'll say, well, it's her fault for being easy to get with. So she's not high value because she's easy to get with. It's like, how does that make any sense? It makes zero.
What if I've just been single for a long time?
No, unacceptable. Haram.
Why is it unacceptable?
Haram. A body count is probably the #1 most easiest way to judge the value of a female. I actually think...
And, like, when you look at the way he talks, he's ugly. Like, the way his mouth and face moves when he talks, he's like a clay doll. He's like, I'm legitimately, like, not even trying to, like, just be insulting to him because I hate him. Like, he's ugly. When he talks, he's smack. He's ugly. He's just stupid. Like, aromantic sex is awesome. Yeah, it is. Because, like, there's no strings attached. Like, yeah, like, the only people who say that are those who view women as... Yeah, it's true. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, he views women as property. That's nothing. He views women as property. You can instantly dismiss their opinion. It's like someone drew a face on a penis and gave it club. You know what he looks like? Hold on. You know what else Andrew Tate looks like? Hold on. Oh, I didn't spell it right. I didn't spell it right. He looks like if you took a thumb and, like, I bet you if you photoshopped Andrew Tate's face, which, by the way, these are very disturbing. These have always creeped me out as a kid. But if you just take Andrew Tate's face and, like, photoshop it over a thumb, wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Or you'd be able to tell the difference because, like, this one's sentient. Like, this one's clearly sentient. Like a fucking thumb from out of Spy Kids, my guy.
Okay.
That 90... No. I'm going to say this. I think 99% of the world's problems, and no one's going to understand this, but if you can extrapolate, if you can listen to this statement and extrapolate it out towards society at large, I think 99% of the world's problems would be solved if females walked through life with their body count on their forehead. Because it would prevent all...
Why? I've said this on Twitter before, like, a while ago. Can you imagine what would happen if, like, because by that logic, what if men walked around with their dick sizes, with their maximum dick sizes on their foreheads? A lot of y'all would be passed the fuck up, and you know it. You know it. Like, women always say, like, like, women will be open when they say, like, oh, yeah, I've slept with, or I'm dating, or I've been with a guy that has a small dick. I knew a girl who said, like, yeah, who literally said to me and the rest of the restaurant staff at a restaurant I used to work with, she said, I love you, but we gotta whip your dick into shape. Like, that happens, right? And it's not the greatest thing to happen. Like, body shaming is so body shaming. It's shitty. But, like, can you imagine if the role was reversed and, like, men were required to walk around with their maximum dick sizes, like, tattooed on their forehead? Like, a woman needs to make, like, a beanie that, like, a man puts on his head, and it reads the maximum size, the maximum length of his dick. And he walks around with the maximum length of his dick on his forehead. And of course, there's no problem with him constantly interrupting. Yeah, and speaking over. Yeah.
All of the disintegration of morals, it would prevent so many things about the world.
But you know what? There's like a lot.
Like what? If women had their body count on their forehead, that would solve what problem?
Women would be like, to be with me as a man, I don't want to put another number on my forehead. You have to be a good man. They wouldn't stop fucking these idiots and stop being idiots and all the idiots.
But like, also, why do I feel like he's faking an American accent? Like, why do I feel like he has an accent? Like, he has like a foreign accent. Like, is anybody else picking that up? Like, it might be some kind of like English or like British accent he might actually have, and like this is just fake. But like, hold on. Oh shit! Fuck. Go back. There we go.
Man, they wouldn't stop fucking these idiots and stop being idiots and all.
Like why? Men always say this, and again, this is always what this always means. You're not fucking me, so you're wrong. That's what this is. Excuse me, sorry. That's what this is. I had ginger ale, so I'm gonna be today. Gonna be making a lot of noise today. That's what this means. This means you're not fucking me, so you're wrong. You should have had sex with me. You should have had sex with me. That's what this means. You should have had sex with me. Oh, what? Oh, yeah, he is. Oh, yeah. Oh, what do you know? Anyone who was around for the TikTok stream, yeah, he is from Romania, which has a high sex trafficking problem. Yep. If women had a number on their forehead indicating their body count, then we would have universal health care. Try to keep... True.
All the idiocy would disappear. All the degeneracy would disappear. Families would return. Virgins meeting their first man, staying with him her whole life and being proud of it.
Bro, you literally... There is no talking to and convincing this man because he thinks that it is his God-given right to have sex with whoever he wants to have sex with and not hold himself to his own principles because he thinks he is superior to everyone else. And any man that is listening to this right now, right? Any dude that likes Andrew Tate is listening to this right now, he thinks he's superior to you. This is the kind of guy that would go and fuck your woman or try to fuck your partner, your woman, your girlfriend, whatever the hell you want to call her, whatever the hell you want to call them, whoever they are. This guy is the guy you need to watch out for, okay? Like, I know damn well Paige would be like, yeah, hard pass. Like, but this is the kind of guy that would be out there trying to, you know, that would say things like, oh, well, he ain't gotta know. It could be between us. This is the kind of guy that would go out there and try to sleep with your partner. That is who this guy is. He would try to sleep with your partner. Yep, in a heartbeat. I actually think that this is the kind of guy that would probably try to sexually assault your partner. As a matter of fact, I think that he would get off on the idea of sexually assaulting another person's partner. I think so. I 100% think so. I think he would get off on that. Yeah, obsession with virgin women, yeah.
Couldn't we go back to such a beautiful age? All we have to do is start putting numbers on girls' foreheads. We could fix everything.
How? That makes no sense.
Don't worry about it. This one's on me.
No. I got the next round.
Have you ever had their chicken sandwich? Buffalo Wild Wings chicken sandwiches.
Oh, so you rich now?
No, he's not rich. He's happy hour rich.
That 3 to 6 p.m. rich?
3 to 6 bucks rich. You guys got Joe. He's 3 to 6 balling.
Hey, Mr. 3-6, you driver parked outside?
Yeah, obsession with innocence. Yeah,
check,
totally.
right? No.
But Mr. Tate likes kids, so I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch anything that's like an hour long. I got a lot of TikTok Andes in my chat, so like nobody's gonna watch it that long. You know what? Let's watch Emma Watson. Let's watch Emma Watson explain why some men have trouble with feminism.
People know you for He for She,
Yes.
the United Nations Solidarity Movement, bringing men into feminism. What's the latest with that program? What can you tell us about where that is and your involvement with it?
I love how my computer's telling me you should get ad blocker.
What I would really love to focus on is there's a lot of missing data in that we have about women and girls, and there's a lot of these gaps that I'd love to try and fill and get some more information on, because when you can show the data on something, it makes something visible, and you know, it's very difficult to treat a problem that you just don't have.
Like what kind of problem?
I don't know if I don't know if I agree with that. Like just from the standpoint of like trying to, I'm not trying to like say Emma Watson's stupid or anything. I'm not trying to like go against her. It's just that like we have data, it's there, but people like Andrew Tate they still exist, and like we've all seen or we've seen clips of the Andrew Tate versus Hassan debate, right? Like where Hassan literally just like low diffed him, like not even any effort was needed in that discussion, right? Like the problem that I have with this is that like I see where she's coming from, but people don't want data. Like right wingers and people who hate feminism, they don't want data. They hate data. They hate it. They hate it, right? They hate data. Argument aside, her voice is just such a nice palate cleanser. True. Emma Watson does have a very smooth, nice voice that I could listen to for a long time. But like, they don't care. A lot of people who hate women, who hate feminism, and shit like that, they don't care about data. They don't care about it. They don't care about it. All they want is confirmation bias. All these people want is to shit on women and people who stand for women, trans people, all that shit. They don't give a fuck about data. If they gave a fuck about data, they wouldn't be these far-right reactionaries that they are.
Gosh, everything from sexual violence to FGM to literacy rates to everything really. Often because we often don't measure a lot of things that happen within what we consider to be the private sphere. So this year,
I don't know why, but I love her hair. I love this hairstyle on her. It's great.
I really want to focus on statistics and information and data collection.
What do you think is like the primary blind spot that guys have about this movement, about feminism, about doing the right thing? Just what is it that we're not seeing?
I think the word is really difficult because it seems to inherently suggest a preferential treatment of the feminine over the masculine because it has the feminine in the word. And
hold on a second, y'all. Paige is calling me, so give me a hot sec. All right.
Understanding.
Rather than just basic fairness.
Rather than just gender, just gender equality across the board. This isn't girls are better than boys, boys are better than girls. This is just everyone deserves a fair chance at whatever it is. I think also because.
But see, the thing is that it's not even just necessarily that a thing of like, oh, girls aren't better than boys, boys aren't better than girls. It's the fact that men want to be, a lot of the men that hate feminism want to be superior to women. They want to go back to the time. It's the same thing like with white supremacy, right? Like, they don't want to give up their edge and their advantage over another group of people. They, with women being stuck at home or whatever, barefoot and pregnant, there's less competition for jobs in the workforce and all this other kind of shit, right? Like, they want this shit because it makes them feel like the man. It's toxic masculinity, it's insecurity. They want this shit because they hate women. They want to subjugate and they want women to be under them. They want women to be, subservient to them and all that shit, right? That's what they want, and that's why they do this shit. That's why they hate feminism. And this is nothing against Emma Watson. Again, I just think that I think that we don't look at the reasons why we don't really look at the real reasons why men hate feminism, because then when we do look at that, we then have to accept the fact that there are just a lot of men that don't want to change, and a lot of men that simply, and I really do think this is what it is, what the problem is with a lot of societal issues and what have you. A lot of people hate trans people, a lot of people hate women, a lot of people hate black people, people of color in general. Like, it's just hate is what it is. People hate other people, they dislike other people, and they want to feel superior to these people. They want people to be under their boot. They want to subjugate these people. That's what this is. Let's also remember that this interview is from 5 years ago. Her stance might have become much more nuanced. Oh, okay, yeah. No, again, this is nothing against Emma Watson. I'm just adding on to it. Like, I really do think that a lot of people, and I also think that she might be saying she might be, mincing words here. Maybe she might be holding back a little bit as to how she actually feels. Because I know if I were to get on TV, I would probably hold back a few of my words so that, so I get the point is to get my idea into the heads of the populace. So I would probably hold back on some of my things. I mean, the right has been doing this for a long time. It's just that they've now realized that like they have garnered sympathy and they their fans are insane and what have you. So, and their fans are fine. Their fans like it when they go more mask off, so they go more mask off now. But I really do think that we need to just accept the fact that a lot of people just hate feminism because they fucking hate women. It's just what it is. And to an extent, they hate other men. I think that's another thing too. They hate other men as well.
A lot of prejudice and certainly misogyny is so normalized. It's like it's right under people's noses. So when you raise it, there's kind of like well, we've dealt with that. Women got the vote ages ago. Like, this isn't a thing. And then when you start to kind of unravel it for people, they go, oh, I didn't think about that, or I didn't think about this. And if I were to say I was a feminist, it would be a personal attack on you as a man, as opposed to a patriarchal system, or something much larger than an individual person. I think also men think that they can't be feminists. That's a big misunderstanding. Some of the best feminists I know are men.
Why do you think they feel they can't? Like that's not masculine? If you're
Because it's literally got feminine in the name. Like, wait, back in like 2017, it definitely was because of the fact that like 2017 when this video was released, like you said, in Arctic, like back then, a lot of men, the idea that like feminism wasn't for men because it has the word feminine in it as its root word is the reason why, or it sounds like that's the root word of it, is the reason why a lot of men weren't feminists. That's why. That's what it is. It's because it's got the root word feminine in it. Yep, that's it. A lot of people had that sentiment that back then, and a lot of people to this day still do. Sorry, it's less like that now, but quite a few men still feel, and some women too, still feel like, ooh, you know what we should react to today? We should react to Jubilee. We should react to some Jubilee today.
Yeah, that it's not masculine if you're feminist, that only women can be feminists, because it's about, again, it comes back down to that misunderstanding of,
to the word, they had his feminine, so I can't be.
Yeah, so I can't touch that. That's I like to.
It'd be one thing if they were like, "Oh, we can't touch this. But we're gonna stay out of it, and we're gonna stand back or what have you." But they don't do that. Instead, what they do, and again, this is nothing against these two. Again, I'm just adding to it, or I guess updating the video now. They shit on it. They just sit there and they shit on it. You know what I mean? They're not allies or anything. They just fucking shit on the goddamn movement because they're bitch ass motherfuckers. If I can just be honest with you, they're bitch ass motherfuckers.
Joke about the man box, which is like, you can only be a man if you fulfill these certain qualities and you stay within this square of like, you're in your man box.
Which is another form of toxic masculinity, by the way. That's another form of toxic masculinity. This idea that you gotta like stay within the box of like man, or like what it means to be a man. Remember the panel that I was on, the last panel that I was on with Wick, or it was Wick's panel, where it was about like masculinity and everything, like what it means to be a man and all that shit. And one of you guys asked the question. I think it might have been Sean actually who asked the question. What aspect of masculinity isn't toxic? And nobody answered that question.
And you're safe in the man.
But also, nobody like fought against that question either. So I think people just didn't know. And that really is what the panel seemed like, was that people were just kind of like exploring it, which is why that was honestly one of the best panels, but despite Chut Logic, one of the best panels I think I've been on.
Box. And something about, for some men, about going near feminism is a step out of the man box.
Because they know it's just so fragile. It's just
It
gonna
is
fall
fragile.
apart.
I know, it's gonna fall apart. You know.
Literally, you could just... No, but like...
I found out what's up with Ruth.
Can you tell me after stream?
Can I tell you? It takes like 2 seconds.
Well, I don't want people on...
It's just that her friends were being jerks, so she was stressed out.
Aww.
That's all.
Aww. Well, now I want to call her and make sure she's okay.
I'll text her.
Okay. As long as mom and dad are alright. They're
Yeah.
not mad or anything. Okay. That makes sense.
Tosh, come on.
Alright. No, Tosh can be in here. I don't care. Alright. We're okay over here? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know you guys are okay. Okay, yeah, just something happened with her sister and my sister-in-law. It turns out like she had a party and her friends are being assholes, so she got really stressed about it. So I'll have to make sure she's all right later.
Hold that box
identity
together.
structure, definitely. And I really sense that. And also, no one likes to feel, they feel that there's blame attached to that word. And I think that's very difficult to deal with.
Ooh, I think that's interesting to explore, the idea of like blame being attached to like feminism. I feel like that's a decent thing to explore. It would be something that we could explore maybe on a panel or something. Close that. There we go. Ooh, Andrew Tate on OnlyFans. Let's look at this one.
What would you do if I wanted to start an OnlyFans?
I don't think there's anything intrinsically wrong with women doing OnlyFans, as long as I had influence and control over it.
What do you mean? Do a video photographer and get the angles, yeah?
No. I'm not doing any real work, but just like taking all the money. If my chick said I want
Her face. Also, he said, if my chick.
to do OnlyFans, I'm like, all right, then cool, go do it. How much you made? 10 grand. All right, give me 8. All right, cool. All right.
What woman is going to give...
Why 8? First of all, she shouldn't be giving you anything that she doesn't want to give you. Second of all, why 8? Why so much? Why am I not surprised at his response? Because Andrew Tate is an asshole. He's just a fucking jerk. That's all he is. That's it. I didn't want to say that because it sounds reductive, honestly, but he's just a fucking jerk. That's all he is. He's one big fucking penis, is what he is, okay? That's what Andrew Tate is. A big fucking dick.
Give you 8 grand.
You're my woman, you're doing OnlyFans, you're selling my product. What the fuck?
Your product.
Your product, home dog? I can't scream because it's gonna sound horrible. Because I don't have my guard yet. But your product, home dog? What?
Yes,
No,
correct.
women, she's not
Next
your
question.
possession. No. I don't know if you're being serious.
I'm totally serious. How would I let my chick do OnlyFans and keep all the money? That's disrespectful.
What woman is ever going to give you that?
Then she better not do OnlyFans. Duh.
What would you do if I wanted to...
What? He said, you're selling my product. Like, I'm sorry, but a product is something that you make, not something that you necessarily own. It's something that you make. You didn't make her? Wait, ew, never mind. Considering it's Andrew Tate, never mind. Ew. Don't compare world champion. Wait, we gotta.
I think you could also argue that boxing is a dance, too.
It's a bit different.
He's gonna lose his shit. He's gonna lose his shit, bro.
Than a TikTok dance.
But I mean, you are still on display, and
Correct. But my life is on the line, and I've seen 5 people die. I don't want to sit here and brag and talk about the things I've done to people. There are people who will never be the same again after they stepped in the ring with me, ever again. I've seen screaming wives crying over their lifeless husband. I've done things you wouldn't believe. When you step in that ring, it's a different level. It's not a TikTok.
Is Tater Tot admitting to murder here? Is Tater Tot admitting to murder? I think he just admitted to murdering someone. I think Andrew Tate needs to be investigated for murder. Like he needs to be investigated for a lot of shit. But I think probably on the top of that list needs to be murder. Like, I think he just admitted to murder, my guy.
TikTok dance. It's actually extremely disrespectful. I know you didn't mean to disrespect, but it's extremely disrespectful to even insinuate that. It's not a TikTok dance. It's life and death. It's gladiators. It's a completely different realm.
Facts. I think you could also...
Don't sit here, okay, and disrespect my sport, bro. I'm a gladiator in the ring. Dog, you would piss your pants in a gladiator arena. Man.
So then if you were to look up the highest IQs in the world, the first 10, first 20, look them up. Are they men or women? I haven't done this. Look it up.
I did highest IQ in the world. Literally what comes up. Marilyn von Savant has one of the world's highest IQs. She is known as the smartest person in the world.
Cool. Then all right, cool. Then I'm totally wrong. I never even said, all I told you is that the most stupid people in the world were men and the most intelligent people in the world were men. I read a study on it 4 or 5 years ago, and I thought, you know what? I know.
Why does he radiate? How is this man as successful as he is? Like, I mean, well, okay, he's a boxer, right? Like, it's gonna get him really successful, and that's probably all his success is. It's just his boxing career. I don't see how anyone would watch this guy and go, oh yeah, I totally need to be following this guy. Unless you were also another insecure little shit. Because I look at this man, and I sense nothing short of blatant, overt insecurity. The way he was like wiggling his fingers there, like what was that? The finger wiggle. What was that? What was the little finger wiggle there? Like nothing short of just blatant insecurity. Just objective, overt insecurity. That's what this man is. He is overtly insecure. Did he just admit that he killed people? At least 5 people was variance? Probably, yeah. Yeah, I think so. Hyper defensive toxic. Yeah,
I know
hyper
some
defensive
stupid men. I don't know women that dumb. I agree with that. And I know some really smart men. I don't know women that smart. I agree with that.
I think you're
I can't with this man.
very smart, but for everything you say, there can be argument that an intelligent woman wants nothing to do with you because you think they're stupid. But stupid guys are like, this guy's going to make me a ton of money. So you run into a lot of stupid guys, and the intelligent women are going their own way.
Well, that would be a large generalization, Dave.
That's what we're doing. There's been a lot of those here today. So
I know he did not just call out having a large generalization when that's all he fucking does with his content. All the time. That's all he fucking does. Also, what is up with like boxers and like fighting men becoming like the worst and most insufferable people on the fucking internet? What is that? Him and like Joe Rogan, like what the fuck? What is this? Is this like the whole thing?
I have a challenge for all of you. Go to every computer in your house, your mom's, your dad's, your sister, your brother's computer, and
we have a game because we're going around. And by the way, it's fascinating to talk to. But what is this game? I can't even imagine the game we built for this guy.
So, it's called What Are Your Thoughts On, right?
Yeah, so we're just going to list people and things they do and then just give us your thoughts on them.
Sure.
Kind of like what we've been doing the whole podcast.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, it's an easy game. All right, so first one. What are your thoughts on The Matrix?
We know that.
Yeah,
That's a loaded question. She asked that one on purpose. She asked that one on purpose. That's a loaded question. She asked that one on purpose. That's funny.
It was a very interesting movie, and I think that it draws striking similarities between the
Hello, CZ42.
world we live in today and the world that is portrayed inside of the film. I think there are many
Also, KM221B. Hello. Sorry I didn't say hi to you.
people who ignore their own eyes and ignore their own ears to believe what they are told to believe. And that is what I call the Matrix. And I think the last few years has proven that more than anything, when people are running around pretending to be scared of something.
Help. Please, I need help. I need help. I need help. I need help. I need to listen to that. And Arctic in the comments just, what?
It was a very interesting movie. And I think that it draws striking similarities between the world we live in today and the world that is portrayed inside of the film. I think there are many people who ignore their own eyes and ignore their own ears to believe what they are told to believe. And that is what I call the Matrix. And I think the last few years has proven that more than anything, when people are running around pretending to be scared of something when they've never seen with their own eyes any single damage from the whole fucking... Let's not even start because I know it's a taboo subject online.
Okay. All right, next one. What are your thoughts on guys who take their shirts off and dance on social media?
Why do I feel like all of these questions, they purposely, it's a joke. Oh my God. They're playing a joke on it. They have to be. There's no way in hell these questions were all just coincidental questions. They're playing a joke on him and his community. Oh my God. I love people who don't get the point at all. I'd love to hear his opinions on Fight Club and American Psycho. Yeah, like, because I haven't seen American Psycho, but Fight Club is, everyone knows that Fight Club is about toxic masculinity. Everybody knows that.
That's an interesting one. I think that...
Interesting.
Like, look, they're laughing at... I might not be able to get through this.
Yeah,
Do you do this? Is that why this question?
But does he take the teal pill or the blue?
Questions on there?
I can't dance, bro. Okay. So I don't.
No, we have an example, kind of like of.
They're just making fun of me, Dave.
Yeah, we have an example.
Of, how do you not know this is about me, dude?
All right. So
I mean, a little bit of rhythm was there. More than the average white guy. More rhythm than the average white bear, you know. Not bear as in gay man.
Sorry, Josh. I'm about to rip into you. So
no,
sorry.
It's all good, man. Go for it.
All right. No, nothing.
it's not even. I love how he's like, it's all good, just go for it. It's not even gonna phase him. It's not even gonna phase him because he knows Andrew Tate. It's like any insult you get from Andrew Tate, might as well just flip it as a compliment. Because it might as well be just internal projection, honestly.
Personal, right?
No, it's all good.
Cool. I think that I think that men have a very unique life path, and it's very difficult to try and
What's that mean? Huh?
achieve status as a man. It's not easy to stand out from the crowd because the only way to truly achieve individuality is usually a long, difficult road. It takes a long time to become an important man. And even what women expect of an important man, you need to be smart, charismatic, intelligent.
Why does this sound like Twitch politics? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Strong, have a nice car, nice apartment, good network, good friends. You need to be able to handle stress. You need to be competent. There's so many things you need to be able to do. It's difficult for a young man to even have all these things. There's the reason women like older men. And people like attention, male and female. And I think we live in a world now with the internet where young men.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Because, you know, if I could just talk about my own anecdotal personal experiences here for a second. I've actually had decent luck with women that were older than me. Like, but that's just what happened when you can pull. I'm kidding. Like, I've experimented. I've had experiences with women that are younger than me. I've had experiences with women that are older than me. Like, okay.
Men especially, instead of trying to go the very.
Also, I don't have like a nice car. Like, I mean, I like my car. I think it's. Was that you? What? Okay, a menace to society. Paige is a public menace. Anyway, but she's my public menace. I love her. I don't know how I feel about, because Destiny was saying the same shit, right, on that one dating advice panel I was on with him, and it was hosted by Erudite and all those other people were there too. Like,
Somebody sent me books as a gift.
am I recording? I am, unfortunately. That's great.
This
When
book
women
is
were
like
dragons.
$30.
Who sent you this?
So I'm a part of this Facebook group called Book Baddies, and every Wednesday is Wishlist Wednesday, and we all post our wish list, and then we gift each other books. And I've posted like 8 weeks in a row, and I finally got some.
What is the group called again?
Book Baddies.
Oh, Antarctic said all hail the page. So I mean, yeah.
Thank you. This book.
That looks
about,
interesting, actually.
It was in the 30s. It takes place in the 30s when women got so mad at men that they literally just turned into dragons and killed them all.
I want to read that.
I know, I'm so excited.
That sounds really good.
Oh my god.
Y'all know I love dragons. I love dragging my nuts across people like Andrew Tate's face. Just kidding. No, I love dragons. Like anybody who knows me knows I'm obsessed with dragons. Okay, it was a nice visit from the head of the household. Let's continue.
Very hard road of becoming a man who naturally garners attention due to his competence. Instead, think, well, this.
I know, not gonna lie to y'all. I have to rewind it because I don't know like what. I'll do this again.
Unique life path, and it's very difficult to try and achieve.
Damn it! There's ads.
Status.
For centuries, smart investors have used farmland to build wealth. Unfortunately, owning farmland has required large amounts of cash.
As a man, it's not easy to stand out from the crowd because the only way to truly achieve individuality is usually a long, difficult road. It takes a long time to become an important man. And even what women expect of an important man, you need to be smart, charismatic, intelligent, strong, have a nice car, nice apartment, good network, good friends.
Listen, all right. I'm gonna gloat for a second, okay? I'm about to flex on the tater tot here, okay? I had a Chevy HHR. had a silver one of these little shits, okay? And it was rusty, dented, it was ugly, okay? And I still pulled with this, okay? It made weird noises when it drove, okay? And I still pulled. My current car, this is my current car. A 2006 Mazda 6 manual transmission that somehow still runs whenever I turn it on in the morning and I drive it all around God's green earth for my job, okay? Still runs, okay? Just saying. The whole you gotta have a nice car thing, fellas, you don't. It's fine. Just have a car. As a matter of fact, if you live in a city, you probably don't even need to have a car because you probably live, like, if y'all two live in a city, like, it's not that big a deal. Honestly, it's not. It depends on, like, where you live, honestly, more than it really just depends on more where you live than, like, it's not that big a deal. But it's a good idea to have your own form of transportation just for life in general. Not just because we live in a car culture, not because we don't have walkable cities or anything. That's why you need a car, mainly. That's just essential for survival at this point, honestly, low-key. But kind of essential. It really just depends on where you are, honestly. It really just depends on if you live in the city or if you live in the suburbs, country, what have you. It really just depends, honestly. It really just depends. God. I had a 2005 Mazda 3 until it died 2 years ago. Aw. All those things Tater Tot is referring to if your personality. Yeah, if your personality is a fucking dumpster fire. Yeah, exactly. He needs those things because, yes, his personality is a fucking dumpster fire. That's why he needs all those things.
You need to be able to handle stress. You need to be competent. There's so many things you need to be able to do. It's different.
Yeah, having your, basically, have your shit together. Yeah, like, but if you're a man or a woman, like, have your shit together before you get with somebody else. Because, like, it's polite. It's, it's not you don't want to bring a bunch of troubles and problems and situations that you need to fix into a relationship. That's just not a good thing to do. But having, like, just having your shit together as best as you can. Because not everybody's going to have their shit together. Because, like, what do we mean when we say have your shit together, right? Like, but it's not as rigid as that, right? It's not as rigid as that. Yeah, you have a Ford Edge prepping for a baby. Actually, you know what? It's funny because Paige's dad has a Ford Edge that he's going to buy. Well, it's through his company that he works for. Because he's a traveling medical equipment salesman that he goes to hospitals and teach people how to use equipment and sells it and everything like that, and makes good money doing it and everything. And they gave him a Ford Edge and he wants to buy it out to give to us for when we want to have children. So I mean, yeah.
Difficult for a young man to even have all these things. There's a reason women like older men, and people like attention, male and female. And
I don't even think women necessarily like older men as much. I think it's not even this. Well, I don't even think they like it because of those material reasons. I think, if anything, if women do like older men, it's because of a maturity reason, is what it is. Because that older man is more likely to be a bit more mature, because women mature faster than men do, mainly because of what is expected of women versus what's expected of men. If people are going to expect for you to literally bring actual life into this world, there's going to be a different expectation of you than someone who's not necessarily. Like, and also think about, like, a comedian said this once, like, the reason why women seem to mature more than men do is because of the fact that, like, look at the toys that we give women or the toys we give little girls versus the toys we give little boys. Like, you give little boys like a Ninja Turtle action figure. Meanwhile, every single, like, toy that girls have growing up is like a baby doll or relates in some way to becoming a grown woman at some point later on down the road. It's kind of shitty, honestly, that we do that to them. We condition them that way. Yeah, you want someone who's a partner, not a child.
I think we live in a world now with the internet where young men, especially, instead of trying to go the very hard.
It's supposed to be equal, basically. But he thinks a man is supposed to be like, that a woman's supposed to be just this lifeless blow-up doll, and that a man's supposed to be like the human. Like, that's the way he talks about it.
hard road of becoming a man who naturally garners attention due to his competence. Instead, think, well, this dance gets views, so if I do the stupid little dance, I'll get views. And it's a cheap substitute for actual quality as a man. That's what I think it all is. And it's attention seeking, and I understand why they do it. But when you grow.
This is his response to, this is him talking about the dude, this is him roasting the dude, the dude that was like, that did the dance in the video. Excuse me. Tater Tot, I know this is kind of hard for you, but maybe not only do girls, but men also just want to have fun in many cases. Maybe dude was just having fun with his boys.
Grow up as a man and you grow into a man of status and genuine stature, you're uninterested in doing little dances because you are important simply because you exist.
I think that actually it's the opposite. When you're important and shit, like you can do little dances because like you don't give a fuck. You're just out here having fun and enjoying life. See, that's the thing. Andrew Tate and people like him, they shit on people for having fun and enjoying life.
I gotta be honest. As much as some people aren't gonna like Andrew, that little speech you gave about a man, that's gonna be like, if I was on speed dating, I'd have that speech. Here I am. Like that, just like build a long career.
I feel like that was a joke though.
Like handle stress, all that. Yeah.
Perfect.
No, that was a good.
That's what being a man is, right? Being a man is about taking the trauma which happens to you and internalizing it and using it in a way to build yourself into a stronger, more powerful man. A man who's never had.
Wait, so do women not go through trauma and do the same thing? Like, what?
Had trauma is not a capable man. If you were to find a woman and give her a man who's never had any trauma in his life, she'd hate him. There's nothing about him which is good. You need a man who's had a whole bunch of trauma and lived through.
But like, I don't know, man. Like, because I feel like it's impossible to find somebody who hasn't gone through trauma almost.
Through it.
Or some form of trauma.
And that's why becoming a man is so difficult. That's why becoming a man is so hard.
Nah, women are property. Property doesn't experience trauma. Exactly, Antarctic. Women don't experience trauma because they're property. It's exactly what Andrew Tate wants you to believe.
And if you're a top tier male, you get attention by default. But if you've not been through that process or you don't want to go through that pain, then you resort to other things. And other things include TikTok dances.
Wait, how do you think that you don't go through pain in life still if you do TikTok dances? Though?
Not that you don't go through pain. I'm saying that if you go through enough pain and you internalize it the right way and you become a high enough status man, that you don't need to be doing TikTok dances to simply get attention. I get attention for talking, right? I don't have to pay anyone to look at stuff.
Yeah, you get attention because you're stupid. He gets attention because he's half good looking at the very least.
Just talk. My whole life story enough is attention. I'll get in the ring. I've had 87 professional fights. I'll get in the ring and beat the fuck out of somebody if I want people to look at me. I don't have to do little dances.
That right there, that's red flag shit. That is red flag shit. That is red flag shit. Toxic red flag shit.
But you could argue that Josh has manipulated a tool or a vehicle to get great status.
I like
for himself.
Josh.
No, I know, but I'm not.
I like you.
It's not
Thank you, man.
I'm just answering the question.
No, I know.
No.
It's
And
not even
I
personal
agree
about
with
Josh.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't disagree with what you had to say. I think that like when you are growing into being a man, it is that trauma that builds you into the man you're going to become, because you're going to be the person that's like, when you're in a household, I believe a lot of the time, or like how I look at it is like, even with my friend groups with girls, it's like, I want to be the person that's going to like, you can cry on my shoulder, you can cry on my shoulder,
Correct.
you can cry on my shoulder.
Correct.
So it's like, I agree with.
I see what he's saying there, because to an extent, I'm like that with like everybody, not even just girls, women. I'm like that with dudes, guys, all the time too. Like, you can count. I like to be a person you can count on, essentially, regardless of what you are.
What you said for sure in that like aspect, but I think that I can also use from what I've done from when I was like 14 to 8.
Well, Henry, I don't know how to make my mic not sound weird. Okay, it's a Blue Yeti microphone. Okay, it sounds weird, but it's what I got. All right.
18 to 19 to now being 20 to like go and push myself into different stratospheres that I would have never been able to touch.
I respect that, because we live in an attention economy, and if you can manage to garner attention, you're going to make a lot of money. I absolutely not only respect that. My point is that this is modern, new world. In my world, and I'm only 35 years old. When I was 17, you didn't go on the internet and do TikTok dances.
No.
If you want.
Well, that's the joke. That's the joke, Antarctic. That's the joke that they're making. I should check my sound output in OBS. What's the problem, Henry? What's the problem? Do I need to Let's turn this down a little bit. Maybe that's better. Does that sound better? Or does that sound better? Do I sound better now? Actually, I think I do sound better now. Holy shit. Weird. Okay, we're gonna keep going now.
Wanted to matter. You needed to have money. You needed to be strong. You needed to be intelligent. You needed to have important friends. You had to become a man. And what I'm saying is that.
You think it's using the camera mic and not the Blue Yeti? I'm pretty sure I am using. Nope, it's using the Yeti. It's using the Yeti. Yeah, it's using the Yeti. It's not using my It's not using my yeah, it's using the Yeti. It's not using my it's not using the camera microphone. I don't think so. It shouldn't be. Yeah, I just checked it. It's not like it's not using the camera microphone. Actually, maybe it's like, bro, you're 35, I'm 31. When I was 17, we did stupid shit for attention, even without TikTok. It's called YouTube. Yeah, what even YouTube? Like we did stupid shit on like TikTok, not TikTok, Snapchat when we were kids, right? Like everybody posted stupid, cringy shit on like Snapchat all the time when they were kids, right? Like.
In the world we live in today, the internet has allowed certain people to skip an entire process of manhood. Now you have Twitch streamers who are 19 years old, fat, drinking fucking soya milk, who have millions and millions of people paying attention to them, and they're rich now. So they're statistically
Oh no.
successful, but they are not men, and they will never become men, because to be a man, you must suffer. You must suffer and you must survive. And my point is that when these TikTok dances are being done, it's a way to garner attention without having to go through the genuine hardship which is required to garner attention.
I love their faces. Their faces are hilarious. Their faces are freaking hilarious, yo. Like this shit is funny. It really is. It's very funny. It's incredibly funny with what he's saying. They're like, what is he on about? What is he on about?
As a genuine male. That's the point.
I think you could also argue that boxing is a dance, too.
Say that.
It's a bit different than a TikTok dance.
But I mean, you are still on display, and
correct. But my life is on the line.
Yeah, I was gonna say I usually don't have the threat of my nose being broken when I'm doing a TikTok dance.
Yeah, women are so stupid.
Forget the nose being broken.
They're gonna trigger him. He's gonna blow, y'all. They're gonna trigger him. They're gonna trigger him good. They're about to trigger this man good. They're about to trigger this man good.
I've seen 5 people die. I don't want to sit here and brag and talk about the things I've done to people. There are people who will never be the same again after they stepped in the ring with me, ever again. I've seen screaming wives crying over their lifeless husband. I've done things you wouldn't believe. When you step in that ring, it's a different level. It's not a TikTok dance. It's actually extremely disrespectful. I know you didn't mean to disrespect, but it's extremely disrespectful to even insinuate that. It's not a TikTok dance. It's life and.
Aw, is Tater Tot being a little snowflake? Is him being a little snowflake? Aw, him being a little snowflake. Aw.
Death. It's gladiators. It's a completely different realm.
Facts. I mean, I've seen people's lives.
She was like, facts.
After seeing my TikToks, totally different reason. More like they're just grossed
Mine just
out,
changed.
but-
Mine just changed.
Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, he's not in on the joke. Tate's not in on the joke. Oh, man. He's not in on the joke. He's not in on the joke. He's not in on the joke. He's the joke. He's the butt of the joke, and he's not in on it. Man.
But it's like, yeah, but you know, they're not
Let's
the same.
end it. One more, Bree. Let's pick a good one, and we'll let him get out of here.
There's
with
2
this,
more
or
good
else we'll
ones.
be here
All
all right, 2 more.
Two
good
more.
ones.
What are your thoughts on girls who get with a guy's friend right after ending things with him?
I think that's the man's fault. Because
You're getting dragged here, John. Yeah.
I didn't see that coming at all.
That was actually about Bree.
Well, yeah, that was about me. Well, I ended things with a guy, so I owed him nothing, and then I started dating his friend.
That's the man's fault. And I think that's the man's fault because I think that, firstly, 99% of most of the problems in the world are men's fault. I don't think women are at fault for anything. So as much as everyone wants to call me sexist, I think that women are innocent creatures in that regard. I think that the Matrix.
I think people may still say that's sexist, but go ahead.
Fine, that's fine.
So like, and this is what I say about like, you know, how these types of dudes are like funnels to like the alt-right, right? In the sense that in the sense that like, yeah, it's absolutely toxic. It's this idea that women have absolutely like no agency or like free will of their own to like make their own decisions and do their own shit, right? That's what this is. The thing about this is that, and what makes it so incredibly toxic, and what makes it so incredibly not incredibly toxic, what makes this like a funnel to the alt-right is that this is basically what Christians believe about like Adam and Eve and everything, right? Like if you've ever been like in like a Baptist like church or anything, right? They say things like, oh, well, we were fine until Adam ate the apple. When Adam sinned, then we all fell because Adam was the head of the household and Adam was the man. And it just reaffirms like, yeah, this is why this shit is like a direct funnel to the alt-right.
Okay, then I'm sexist, but it's all men's fault. And I'll tell you why. Because I could have the most beautiful girlfriend in the world and me and her could break up. And the chance of her sleeping with my friend is less than 0%. If you're the kind of man who's rolling with men who will fuck your girl after you split up with her, then you deserve everything that happens to you. Because let me tell you something. Me and my friend.
Wait, why? Wait, why though? Like, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with breaking up with someone, right? And then going out with their friend or something, right? Like, what's wrong with that? Like, if something, it's one thing if you like leave somebody for like their friend or something, like, whatever. But like, what's wrong with things not necessarily working out between you and your partner, and then you going on to be with someone else that you found that just so happened to be their friend? What is so wrong with that? What you can see his idea is that like, oh, you've been waiting to fuck this person. You've been waiting to fuck my girlfriend or my boyfriend. You've been waiting for you to break up with them so you can fuck them. Like, I mean, no, maybe they were, maybe they weren't. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of my friends who think that Paige is attractive. Like, I'm fairly certain that there are a lot of people who have seen us in public and thought, oh my God, she's very attractive. Like, that's a lucky guy or something like that, right? Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have thought that. But like, if something were to happen and then Paige were to start like going out with one of my buddies or something, nothing is gonna happen. But what if something was gonna happen and Paige would start going out with my buddies or something? I wouldn't care. Just find somebody else. Like, I would go out with one of their girlfriends or exes or something. I don't know. Like, who cares? It's a sucky feeling, but once you break up, you owe each other nothing. Yeah, literally, you owe each other nothing. You don't. Once that's literally it. Like, once it's gone, you don't. Once it's over, you don't owe each other anything. Like, you don't. Also, a shout out to Antarctic Prime who subscribed again today. 5-month subscriber. Look at him. Let's go. He's definitely assuming that it's a bad breakup, but that's probably because he's making it a bad breakup. Yeah, he's making it a bad breakup. Yeah.
Friends, the things we've been through, it's been.
His thing is, if he and a girl breaks up, she shouldn't go out with anyone he knows because whoever he knows should also know she's his. Yeah, literally, he thinks that she's his property, and he wants you to know. He wants everyone to know that he thinks that and that she's his property to him.
In life or fucking death. And if I have people beside me who will literally take a bullet for me, take a knife from me, we're gonna fight outnumbered, side by side soldiers. They're not gonna fucking go behind my back for a little bit of pussy. Any man who would do that, any man who would snake his boy, because I believe birds of a feather mark.
Snake his boy? What? Bro, what?
Roll together, right? Any man who would snake his boy for a girl is the kind of guy who has the kind of friends who I wouldn't even associate with. So I think he deserves it. If you're rolling with those kind of people, you are that kind of.
I feel like he's barely smoked the cigar and that it's just there for like show.
Person. And you're that kind of person, it's going to happen to you. Me and my friends, me and my team, it could be Megan fucking Fox. 0% chance, 0. So he deserves it. He deserves it because he's a bitch rolling with bitches. He deserves it. It's his fault.
Why though? Well, but again, like it's like Antarctic said, right? Like he believes that person is property. Is the thing. He believes that that whole ass human being is property.
Okay, last question. What are your thoughts on men who have pet names for their significant others and matching jewelry or tattoos?
How much America is in for Loco USA? Take a pro wrestler, give him apple pie pecs, bald eagle biceps, fists of four-wheel drive, and legs made of drones. For Loco USA, taste like freedom.
Pet names is pretty normal.
I feel like that ad was appropriate.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with pet names. I think that's cute. It's nice. Matching
Yeah,
tattoos.
I mean, again, it's like we're just that was directed at me.
Yeah, it was all three of us. So
Okay. Matching tattoos. It depends on the tattoo. I mean, like whatever. I don't care. Matching jewelry. I don't think that's a big deal. I think that relationships are a beautiful thing. I think that men and women should be in love. If they want to have pet names and tattoos and stuff, that's a beautiful thing. I'm not against male-female love in any regard. I'm the complete opposite. I think men and women should completely and utterly be in love. I think that a woman has a role to play, as does a man, and they're different roles. Doesn't mean I don't think they don't complement. I think they complement absolutely. I think the biggest problem with the world is not enough men and women are in love for long enough. I'm the most conservative man on the planet. I think that men and women should be.
I'm the most conservative man on the planet.
Should be married and stick together and stick by each other and protect each other. A man should protect his woman physically, and she should protect him spiritually. I think that's a beautiful thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with that in any regard. The internet is a strange place, and I'll sit here and I'll say I'm out to protect women in a physical situation, or even in a fucking plane crash, I'm out to protect women. Let me drive. Same reason I'd park the car in a tight spot. No big deal. I'm the man. Just let me do it.
He looks psychotic. Does anybody else feel that he looks psychotic right now? Like this man is unwell. This man very much is unwell. He looks like a psychopath.
And everyone's going to sit here and pretend I'm an evil person. It's bullshit.
I don't think it's evil, and I think there's plenty of women who would enjoy being in a relationship where a man is filling traditional gender roles, but there are also plenty of women who view themselves as every bit the equal of a man and don't want that. And those, so
I understand, and those are the exact kind of women I would never ever give my time of day to. Any woman is going to sit there and think it's more important to argue with me about how she is as capable as a man, everything, blah, 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 as opposed to just letting me pay the bill and be pleasant, is not the kind of woman I want to fucking talk to, because it's uninteresting. And it's a Western phenomenon. It truly is a Western phenomenon. I've been to 72 countries. I've lived in 13, right? I've been all around the world. I grew up in America and England.
72?
72.
Did you just make up that number, or do you actually know 72?
72 countries.
I was 4-time world champion for like 13 years.
I'm sure you traveled
I guess
the world.
that's a lot of traveling.
But
No,
like,
a lot of traveling.
I don't know how many states I've been to off the top of my head.
Cool. Well, let me tell you, this is a Western phenomenon, and it's truly and utterly Western. If you were to go
Yeah, he does take every chance to spread toxicity. Yeah.
on a date in America, you'd have a girl sitting there trying to tell you she's your equal. If you were to go on a date in Moscow, you'd have a girl sitting there going, my man needs to take care of me. I want him to take care of me. I'll do my job, but he must protect and provide for me. So it's a Western phenomenon, right? It depends where you go. It depends. And this whole idea of this
I'm pretty sure it's not, though. But, okay.
obsession with equality is a truly Western thing. And I don't think it's particularly healthy or important. I don't look at a woman thinking, is she my equal? Is she below me? Is she above me? I don't do that. I sit with a woman and we either enjoy each other's company or we don't. But I know my roles as a man. I believe that as a man, I should pay for the first date. I believe I should open the car door. I believe I should protect for her, provide for her. I believe if she's my woman, she should be able to come to me with her problems and I should fix them. That makes me a sexist and a horrible person. Fine.
It doesn't. I agree with everything you just said, but I also.
Yeah, the thing is, that doesn't make you, that in and of itself doesn't make you sexist. It's when you think that, like, it's when you try to take away her agency and think that you literally think that she's your property is the part where you get called sexist.
So
by extension,
she can have a higher IQ than me.
Okay, so by extension, right? Because this is what happens. You agree with the baseline. Everyone agrees with the foundations of what I say, but when I build on top of it, they try and pretend it's sexist. By extension, if I have authority over her, if I have responsibility over her, I apologize. If I have responsibility, which I have, I'm paying for things, I'm making sure she's safe, I'm driving her, I'm taking out the car, etc. If I have responsibility over her, then I must have a degree of authority. For the same reason, if I have responsibility over, and everyone's going to lose their mind, it's an example, it's only an analogy. If I have responsibility over a child, I have to have some authority. You cannot be responsible for something that doesn't listen to you. You can't be responsible for a dog if it doesn't obey you, or a child if it doesn't obey you, or a woman that doesn't obey you.
The super sexist path.
It's not sexist to say I'm responsible
just said
for her.
If you compared a woman to a dog and a baby.
Yeah, and I knew that was going to be. That's why I said everyone's going to lose their mind. It's just
Well, yeah.
Maybe pick some better ones then if you want the women to like listen to you.
Then I can't be responsible. Then cool. Let's take a beautiful sports car. It doesn't matter. A house,
Yeah,
land,
that didn't help.
whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever.
He can't not do it because it is innate within him to do this. This is just who Andrew Tate is. That's just what this is. This is who he is as a person. He can't not do this.
I'm responsible for, I have to have a degree of authority over. You can't sit there and say you're
I'm
responsible
not,
for
but
me.
where the disconnect is going is you start with the baseline, but at one point during this conversation, not to go circular, you were saying there's studies that women physically can't be as smart as men. I Google it; it's wildly untrue. The number one fucking IQ was a woman.
No, I said I don't believe women are as smart as men. Is what I said.
Well, you threw some studies.
And I told you. And I told
but
you.
you're
why.
entitled, and you'll find women who
And I
love that.
also
You
said
guys
that
will be
men-
happily ever after.
And I also said that men are the most stupid people on the planet. So let's not soundbite, right? I said that the most extreme intelligence.
Bro, he sucks at talking because he's faking this like American like bro accent.
Intelligence, whether plus or minus, is going to be male. And my point is that, cool. Well, if I have a woman and I'm responsible for her, which I want to be because it's my masculine imperative, I need some degree of authority. If I'm responsible for her safety, I need to be able to say, no, you're not walking home alone at night.
You're super smart. You're super smart, so you can't do the don't soundbite me when you're like, I don't want this to be a soundbite, but women's like having a dog and a baby in a car. You know what you're saying. That's a soundbite. You can't be like, don't soundbite it. That's a walking soundbite.
You can soundbite it. It's fine.
You know, I know. You know.
No, because there's two kinds of people, right? There's people who will understand that it's simply an analogy, and I'm trying to make it a point, and there's people who are going to be offended by the analogy in and of itself, and they're different levels of IQ. The people who actually understand the point I'm trying to make is that when you have responsibility over something, you need a degree of authority. The reason the captain goes down with the ship is because he's responsible for what happens on the ship. If everyone ignores his orders, then he's not expected to go down with the ship. This is the point. Me saying that I'm going to protect and provide for women, and that gives me a degree of authority. If that makes me sexist, so be it. But I'm going to be responsible for my woman. I'm going to do the best I can possibly by her. I'm going to protect her in every possible way, give her the best life I can possibly give her. And by extension, that gives me.
When he gets mad, it's hard for him to keep up that like bro scent, that American bro accent when he gets really agitated, when he gets really triggered.
A degree of authority. Why would I be having all that responsibility for her to sit there and say, I don't fucking listen to you?
It's the accent is really coming out. It's really strong. It's really coming out. It's fighting. He's fighting that accent. Him and that accent, they're tussling like a tornado. You know, the hot and cold energy, hot and cold air, like they're tussling in there.
That doesn't make sense.
Comes to his anger, yeah.
Well, you get to a point, I would think, where there's mutual respect. So there isn't like the authority. It's a give and take.
He's responding very well, but like the thing is, Andrew Tate's an idiot. This is what this is. He's an idiot.
On a healthy relationship.
Correct. A healthy relationship has mutual respect. So in a healthy relationship, the man will say X and the woman will say, yeah, I agree with that. Okay, I won't do it. I'm not saying it has to be a command orders. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if a man's responsible, he should have an authority. And if a woman is responsible, she should have authority. There are relationships in the world today where the woman has to tell the man to stop playing video games, stop smoking weed, get up and go to the gym, stop being a piece of shit. Then she has responsibility over him.
I like doing all of those things.
She's basically his mother. She has absolute authority in that household. He should obey every word. She should obey every word she says because he's a jackass. So it's not even a sex thing. It's a human dynamic.
And this is one of the main reasons why I say people like this hurt men. They do. When people like this, they hurt other men with their rhetoric like this. They hurt other men. They do. They really do.
Dynamics. It's basic human dynamics. But we're talking about me here. Me as an individual. I'm not going to have a woman mother me. I don't need it. So I'm going to be in charge.
Fascinating interview, Andrew Tate.
Love
Thank you. Stay safe out there with all the guns and everything else. I listen. Love you, hate you. You can talk. That's for sure.
You're welcome to visit anytime, friend.
Hell yeah.
Maybe I'll take you up on that. All right. I'll talk to you
Thank you for
later.
coming on, man.
Cheers, bro.
Oh my God.